Morning, I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill from the KMET Weather Center. For the Beaumont and the Banning area, your daytime hours gives us sunshine, highs in the upper 50s. Daytime hours in the IE area, sunshine dominates, highs low in the 60s. Afternoon hours for the Coachella Valley, though sunshine continues through the day, highs in the upper 60s. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. It's 2023, everyone. Yes, that's right. A lot of things going on. A lot of, well, let's put it this way. Some of you are off. Some of you are going back to work. And some of you are just, maybe with fam. So wherever you're at, we appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate all the things that you guys have given us in 2022. And now we're looking forward to 2023. What is it you want to accomplish? What is it you want to do in the year of 2023? I think it's a time to think about that. It's also a time to say, you know what? In 2020, 2021, 2022, what have we left behind? I know I had to unfortunately go to some funerals, and I reacquainted myself with some people that I hadn't seen since I was a teen, to be honest. Since I was probably around 18, I would say. And that was nice. That was nice. I saw them for the first time in a long time. We follow each other on social media, but we rarely get to see each other. And then we got together, and that was really nice. We did So Safe, and then met some others. So I had fun with that. And I'm sure if you guys, again, get reacquainted with people that you used to you used to hang around with or used to have fun with, you just, because sometimes we need that, sometimes you get, with friends and they know you, but there's something about your teen years that you're like, remember when? And then they're grown up, they're with kids. Actually, they're all with kids. I was like, wow. No, I shouldn't say that. One couple not with kids. But again, fun in 2022. Now, 2023, a lot of things we're going to look forward to. We got Jess over there. Jess, what's going on?
Oh, good morning. I am just looking at stuff on the internet and being surprised almost every day. I learn something new.
What's going on there, Jess?
No. Okay, so I'm deathly afraid of heights. I do not like them, or I don't like going up there. Um, what would you do if you were stuck high up in the air and couldn't get out?
Ooh, if I was stuck high up in the air and couldn't get out. Okay, here's my question. What do you mean like couldn't get out? Like stuck in the air, couldn't get out, okay, I'll give you an example. I saw a flying car recently that converted into like an actual, it had wings, and the wings came out of the back, and they converted, and I saw that, and it said, guys, we're here in the future. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I keep saying. But so it was interesting to see it drive on the road, and then the little wings go up and in and down. And someone asked me, they said, what do you think? Would you do that? I said, no way, because there are moving parts. And if you have a moving part, certain wind tide, you got to do maintenance. You got to do checks. You got to make sure that it's good to go. It's good at a certain height, but not at super high. You know what I mean? So it was really neat to see. But I would want a way out, with a parachute. So just in case it were to crash, right? You would want ejector seat or ejector something, just in case. So that's my theory. That's what I'm going to say too. But it was a two-seated. Really, I would say it was an actual, if you think a car that goes fast. There's what show is that? Speed Racer. If you think that type of automobile, it's a little big, and then it has little things that come out the side and then bend over to the side, and then it's like a plane. That's what it is. That was it was cool to see. I felt like, whoa, we are in the Jetson time, and I thought, okay, would I do that? Not at the beginning, because I don't trust things at the beginning. I feel like everybody's the. Have you noticed sometimes the internet is kind of off? When I click on certain things, they don't go right. Google's not working for me, but I have Chrome. I mean, I have Firefox too. I prefer Firefox, but yeah. So that, I hope that's an answer, Jess.
Yeah, I guess that could mean. So these people at an entertainment complex in Orlando, Florida, they were on a Ferris wheel. You know, one of those giant things.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it lost power, and they were stranded there for a few hours.
Okay, all right. Well, that's not bad then. It's not like they're gonna
Oh,
fall out of like unless it was like tilting, like ah.
freak out. No, no one was hurt, but knowing me, I would probably freak out and be throwing up. Help me!
Okay, yeah, I get that. I get that. Well, at least it got out, right? I don't think I've ever been stuck like that. I've thought of it. I remember getting stuck on a ride, but that was Space Mountain, and then they turned the lights on, and that totally not what I wanted to see because I was like, I like the lights off, I like the ambiance. I was like, it's a mess in here. I was like, where's the trash there? There's trash there. When they turn on the lights, you're like, I didn't even know that was a thing, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But yeah, so I like the way they do the stars. If you've been at Disneyland, big shout out to Disney, which I guess some people are like, wow, it is. People are going into debt for that. I say, don't go into debt for, go a day, have fun. But it's it's a little pricey. So there you go.
Yeah, yeah, Disney is pricey. I think they're accepting blood donations as well for
Yeah,
tickets.
no, they don't, Jess. Don't spread
Yes,
that. Don't spread that. They're our friends. Remember, ABC, okay? They're our friends. Don't.
that is true. But honestly, if they did, I would go. I'd be like, here you go. Here's some plasma.
Well, again, 2023, you got something coming up. You want to say?
Yeah, that's not for another 3 months.
It comes quick, Jess.
That it does. Time is moving by so quickly.
I know. I'm gonna have to say I remember when, but yeah, now I wonder how. Like, all right, well, I know I'm going, so I already RSVP, Jess. I saw the second one. I don't know if I have to RSVP that. I think you said yes. So, but I'm not used to RSVP. I'm used to showing up. Can you just let your lady know I'm going?
I will try and let her know.
Over the weekend I worked on something. I was really happy about this, so I will say something that I'm working on. And I think Jess, I think you have more things you want to like, but I don't know. Sometimes I've been married, so I understand that it's like all commit, and then you kind of. So I say do something, and then if you can't include, but always have fun along the way, But I will say. I was focused on this weekend on a comic, which I'm doing. I already did the script. I just need to fine tune it. There's a couple scripts I need to fine tune. But I got some really good shots. I'll probably post today a version of the characters in it. I already kind of posted and teased. I'll just call her a woman in the script, and then a boy in the script. You don't know the relation, and they're definitely not father. I'm sorry, they're not mother and son. And there's a guy in it, but he's a whole different thing. And he's the one I want Tony Danza to play. So it's a very interesting script. There's a lot of I don't want to give it all, but I'll post an anime version of it, and then see what you guys think of that. Because I'm working with the team that are like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about this? They did some character shots, and I was like, yes, that's what I want. I want a little of this, I want a little of that, and I want a little of this. So I'm working on that. So I'm hoping maybe in the year 2023, I already have a book out, and I've got something else out. A children's book. There's a second one. I don't know. We'll see about that. And then sometimes it's about timing. You know what I mean? So I say this: if you have a goal, get it done. If it's a book, if it's like something that you want to do, maybe it's a script that you want to put out there. Register it with the Writers Guild of America. It's $20, and you register it. You get your thing right there. You upload it. They have a lot of things there, so you can prove so no one steals it. Because there's a lot of people looking for idea and they're looking for things. You can even put a synopsis there. I don't know how that works exactly, but I would do synopsis with a script, and then you can put it there. And then if it gets out there and someone kind of does something similar to it. A lot of movies get done that way, by the way, but a lot of people get sued too. They're like, no, that's my script. Somehow you either got it or you stole it, and so now you have proof. You need proof of that, all right? Some people do copyright. It takes about a year to do copyright on certain things. I'm like, that long? Why? So I think they're a little slow at that. But I did the Writers Guild of America, and then you got international. It's one of those things where you got to be careful with that too, because you never know if they're going to make it in another country without you knowing. You know what I mean? They'll take your script and revamp it, but it's your script. So it has certain words of your script. It's just like, it's too close. And that's difficult. That's difficult to recoup the cost because it's international. But if you know someone and you say, hey, I sue, or you make it public, then they usually, if it's done, they usually pay anyway. That's why if you look at certain studios that get sued by a writer or someone with an idea, they get sued. And then you look at the follow up, usually they settle or they have to pay. But you have to have proof. So always, always, always register your idea. And like I say, either if you're good at copyright, yay. If you do the other, which is, the people always say, oh, just send like but that's the old way. You can't do that anymore. There's more things you can register and you can have proof, kind of like the Writers Guild of America, and then you could be part of the Writers Guild of America when you submit your info. They have a membership thing as well, but you don't have to have a membership to submit your script in or thing. Just type in Writers Guild of America, upload your script, pay the fee, $20, and then it's good. It's registered for 5 years, and then you renew it after the 5 years. But you have proof right there that it's your script and that it's ready to go. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense actually.
Yeah,
it's better to know
yeah,
not to know.
yeah. But I was never a writer. I'll be honest. You asked me to write something, I'd be like, no way. But these ideas, they just come, and I'm like, all right, get them down. And I always say, download. It's called Voice Recorder on your phone, and just speak it out. If you have a song in your head, we had Maria Rubio, which she does a thing with us, which I met her honestly via Twitter. So I love you guys on Twitter. You guys, great. I remember about 5 or 6 years ago, maybe 4, and I would say 4 or 5 years ago. Or so, she had me on her show when she had a show internationally, or on the other side of the world. And I just, I think we connected on Skype or one of those. And then I was on the show, and she was like, tell me about what you do, this and that. And we had fun, and then we stayed connected on Twitter. I didn't reach out to her till recent, and then we had her on the show. She had some, her account got hacked, Jess. So yeah, go support. I'll retweet her updated one. I hope she gets her Twitter back. But so my point is this. But after that, we connected, and then we just said, okay, let's do something. And so we did some of her stuff. She renewed, right? But she said on the show here as well, because she posted some photos which were pretty cool. When she was on OK Magazine, I was like, wow, I had no idea. But again, we met through internet of Twitter. Like I don't know if she saw the show or she heard it, and she's like, hey, let's have you on. And, and ever since then, we just stay connected. So that's why I like social. I love being connected with people online, because, and then you can check in on, I've met a lot of people, from the online world. Not all, obviously. It's kind of hard to meet every single person. But you never know where it's going, is my point. So, I guess my point is, because I see some people, like, they stay online, but they never meet the person. Or they meet the person, and then, it's kind of awkward because you're like, I follow you. You're like, I didn't know you follow me. I don't know your picture. You know what I mean? Or you do see their picture. You go, oh, yeah, I saw this or that. I say, like, how's that going? How's this going, right? So, but I guess the point is, have fun in 2023, no matter what happens. I think with COVID, we'll be over in 2024, 2025, the latter part of 2024. Some people don't want to hear it, but people will make their prediction. My prediction is at the end of 2024, we'll be ahead of COVID. I think internationally, they'll probably be ahead by early 2024 at the rate that we're going. But there's so many mutations, we're not ahead of it in the year 2023. So I say this, be careful during 2023. Remember, it is a new year, but it's still a COVID year. It's at the beginning, I'll give you an example. At the beginning of 2022, they asked some people, including Fauci and some others, where are we at with coronavirus? Some of the manufacturers said, look, we think we're going to have 2 doses, meaning a spring and a fall edition, no matter what, right? Minimum yearly is what they really said. But I think they meant spring and fall, because I know there's one coming for the spring edition because it just mutates too quick. And the amount of time that this stays in your body, it's not like the flu. It only comes every, year around the same time. It comes all around the year, especially if you travel. And then if you travel, people that travel, then they get sick and then they bring in, or you take it, or every single area has a different thing, right? So right now there's a lot of people sick right now, and they are at home. And then there's some that say they're not sick, but they are sick. And if you get sick, who gave it to you. Usually the person gets sick all the time. Will people heal from this? Yes, we said this in 2020. We said, look, people will heal from this. The numbers are not 100% dead, right? It's not like the plague, right? It's not like the bubonic plague. It's not like, other things, or even, what's the one that kills a lot of people all at once? Ebola, I think, is one. There's some that kill, like, I think 30% if you get sick with that. Like, you have a 30% chance of not living. This one is, like, real low compared to that. But there's the after effects you don't want. So that's why we say don't get sick. Don't go to those places where they go, yay, we're getting, like, what'd you call them, Jess? COVID parties or something like that?
Oh yeah, that was in the beginning days of COVID. That was the stupidest thing ever. I started laughing. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
those
don't be
things did.
stupid, I think, is
Yeah.
what people should do for the year of 2020, 2021, and 2022, 2023, and 2024. That's my point. Get ready for, like, this is what I think is going to happen in 2023, okay? Financials, okay? Everyone is either A, spending like there's, like they have a lot of money, B, going, wait, what? And then C, others going, I need to recoup the cost of 2020, right? And a lot of people are doing that. So that's why I think we're going to have a lot of businesses failing. I think there's going to be a lot of, like, businesses filing for bankruptcy. And there's going to be a lot of businesses saying, oh, hey, can we be bought by you? Will you put some money to save us? But then, they'll have some problems. Then they'll close later because they don't agree on anything. So 2023 is the year of financials in a way. So I say this for you listening, be prepared for 2023 to save your money. And then if you have time to invest, meaning if you find a good deal, invest, but just, be ready for 2024 where you can rebound. I think 2024 and 2025 will rebound financially, not as a country. I think we're going to fail as a country, but as, like, individuals, it's a time to invest in certain things, including property. There'll be a lot of property that will be foreclosed upon in the year of 2023. That's the problem. So, that's the thing to be ahead of. But on the positive side, there's a lot to look forward to. And I say, if you got, like, something, like, I don't know, that you've always wanted to do it. Be safe. Take the weekend, and I think a lot of people are going to party, obviously, as they always do every single year. But if you can not, like, this weekend, I didn't party. I was with the team. I was like, hey, what do we think about this? What do we think about that? So I'm excited about where that's going. And so I'm excited about, what goes on with certain script and certain story that I've actually put out there. So, and that's what I say. If you're in the, like, and I always say this, I come from the world of sales, right? Like, way back in the day. I was never in broadcasting. I didn't set out to be in broadcasting. Broadcasting, in a way, found me, right? Thanks to Paul Lane and the people that took me, in a way, including my uncle, who said, hey, with the camera, I'll go ahead and follow you. I was like, okay. So in a way, I landed in it, but I didn't, like, 100% say, oh, I was going to be in broadcasting ever. I thought maybe I wanted to do voiceover. I always knew I wanted to do acting, but I never knew I would be, like, where I'm at. You know what I mean, Jess? So you're, like, in a place where a lot of people go, how do you get in, and even your story is very, like, it found you, right?
Honestly, yes, I did. I wasn't working, and I was a shut in for many years due to my anxiety. And all of this started with one of my mom's friend needing a moderator for their Facebook page. And so from there, I met someone who let me work on their show because I took to the computer part pretty quick. And that's where it all started from there. So I honestly did not see myself being here. I actually didn't see myself being anywhere because just finding a place where I'm comfortable working is very difficult. And it's just like just having people around me get me incredibly nervous. So being here, working with computers and no one around, yeah, it was just, I don't know, it's very easy for me.
Yeah, and I'm glad we met. I'm glad you like. I think you came at the right time for the station. To be honest, I know our other engineer. I love him. I'm glad he's doing things still with us. But sometimes people come and go, for different reason. And so I'm like, hey, as long as you can stay, yay. But I think it makes for a fun show. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad how do I say, we get through the year of 2020, 2021, and 2022 together. We've known what's happened behind the scene, and then we say it, and then it happens, and we're like, yep, there it is. So let's have a positive 2023. We got to take a little break. We'll be right back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
Tired of waiting in line for overpriced coffees and packaged rolls? Make a change and stop for coffee or espresso and a fresh homemade apple fritter or ham and cheese croissant at Donut Delight on Highland Springs Road in Banning, just off the I-10 freeway. Donut Delight is a family-owned business with a friendly staff who has served the past area for 22 years. Donut Delight on the corner of Highland Springs Road and Ramsey Street, just off the I-10 freeway. Donut Delight opens daily at 4:30 a.m.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning is distinctively suited for your travel time out of the car. Off the road, you'll find a courteous, welcoming staff in spacious rooms with desks, flat-screen HD TVs, and comfortable furnishings. Enjoy the complimentary breakfast buffet, high-speed internet, and fitness center and pool. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning, conveniently located off the I-10 near golf, gaming, and entertainment. For reservations and information, call 951-572-5500. That's 951-572-5500, or go online at hiebanning.com.
Hey, Mark's here. We want people should know about the new Italian radio show on KMET. Like my Uncle Vinny used to say, Pumbas non stunad.
Yes, Daddy, there is no such words in Italian.
Forget about it. Tell them about the show.
The Italian radio show presented by West Coast Italian Radio.
Mondays at 4 p.m. on KMET 1490 or stream us live 24/7 from our website at WCIR.biz.
Make sure to tune in.
You don't want that we should have to tell you twice.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny and Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the number one choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny and Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4LAW. That's 1-800-616-4LAW.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. And Jess, I know you're working on something. Go ahead.
You know what? I forgot. We're talking about the New Year. Did you do anything fun for the New Year's Eve?
I'm not gonna lie. I met with my people. They're all working on the script, so I'm working on that. Why?
No, I'm just curious if you stayed up till midnight and yelled.
Oh,
like
you know what? This year I did. I'm gonna be honest. I did not. I was actually. I heard the fireworks go off. I heard that, but this year I actually did. How do I say? Like in past years, I usually been with people. Not in the year of 2021 and 2020. Yeah, no. But before that, yes, I used to always have someone to be around. But these couple of years, no.
Gotcha. No, I tried to stay up. I passed out like 5 minutes beforehand. I could not do it. It's too much.
Yeah, I remember someone saying, "Hey, you should do like the announcement of that," and I said, "Yeah, I'm all right." But yeah, I how do I say it? I think if anything, it's like, well, what happened?
No, nothing. I just spent the day. Let's see, I went to a ramen place. a new one. Well, I just learned that a ramen house reopened down the street, so I'm gonna go there more often now. So I'm happy. I got ramen across the street.
Oh, that's nice. That's always nice. You got to be careful though, man. That does put on the pounds.
That it does. That it does. I only do it so often, but the fact that I know it's there. I was just curious if you did anything fun. I just spent time with my fiance and just enjoyed our time together. But it
Yeah.
was. I realized that once you hit like the high 30s, it starts to be like, oh, once it's 9:30, you're just like, ah, I'm tired.
Oh, you mean later in life? Yeah. Yeah. I think I had a long day. I was really working with you know, let me put it this way: when you have like something coming, you go all in with that. And you know, they always used to post, and I never understood it. It was like, okay, other people party. I put all my time in this. That's what I did this weekend. I put all my time in, honestly, like, you know, the stuff coming out. Like when it comes to like script, sometimes I have to like get that out there. I have to meet with certain people to get it out there. I went to the comic book convention in LA. I want to meet with certain like, you know, people that draw. I'm probably gonna have one doing the comic, which I've been talking about. You know, my mom actually helps me. She helps transcribe. You know, so we do that. So she knows the script. It's all over the place, not gonna lie, but you know, because I have a different script, I'm like, all right, this is the idea, this is the idea, this is the idea. But when she listens, she's really fast with like her shorthand, which is a very fast like way of doing it. You go, well, you know, why not like just have that transcribed, which you can, but there's something about like someone listening to it and then, you know, just so that's the way I do it. But how was I gonna say? So I put all my time into that. So this was the first year, to be honest, where I was like completely the opposite. I was not in party mode. I was in, hey, I got to do something for the year and get it done. You know what I mean? And even then, I wasn't like happy with the result because I'm like, you know, I need more. So I'm like, okay. But I guess the point is this: like, if you have something to get, you know, if you have fam, spend it with fam. Like you did it right, Jess. You did it with fam. It's better to be that than alone. You know what I mean? But if you're alone, make sure you're working on something. That way you don't get depressed. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a ton of people who get depressed this time of year, so it's like I just want to make sure check up on people. You never know how they are doing.
Yeah, true. And I say this, you know, like the rest of the year, I think everybody's fine. I think the holidays are hard for people that are alone. Does that make sense? Like there are people that are alone during this time. I already saw some people post on social media. I literally saw someone post. I think it was earlier today. It was like, why did I go after this guy? And I'm like, oh, somebody's not happy after New Year's. And there's a reason for that. Whenever, okay, and this is why I tell people that are single, be like, how do I say? During December, you find out who is your potential. Then you find out if you were just being played or like, you know what I mean? Because they disappear. When they disappear, they're usually with someone that's not you. So that's why I say if you suspect somebody that like is kind of in it but not all in it, you'll find out during the holiday, right? Because they have to spend it with the fam. So if they have fam and they didn't tell you about the fam, or you weren't invited and you thought you were important in that person's life, well, guess what? If they don't reach out to you and you spend it alone, you're not important in that person's life. Dump them, right? So you're going to see a lot of breakup messages probably in the month of January, probably in the next couple of weeks. They go, wow, right? And they make it public, man. There's people that are doing tell-all stuff. People are kissing and telling now. Did you see that, Jess?
Oh yeah, you can just go to YouTube or TikTok, and oh my God, there are so many, like so many. I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, so that's happening. Everybody's telling all, and it's like I don't know. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I let things just, it is what it is. Plus sometimes people, and then I feel bad for that guy who she was like, oh, I can't believe I was with this guy, because if they have mutual friends, then everyone knows their biz, right? And then it's kind of funny and hilarious at the same time. But there you go. Stephanie Reed says, hello, happy editing this glorious sunshine awesomeness, and happy 2023 for this glorious busy day ahead. Yay! She's excited for 2023. Thank you. And a big shout out to Stephanie. She follows every single day, so we appreciate you, Stephanie. Thank you. Algenia there says, I just rolled over in bed. Heard you guys. Let's see. I'm off today. It was a busy weekend. nephew's funeral. Yikes. 50 relatives visiting. Performers show Sunday, the morning, and KMET. Great show. 2022, more energy, or move energy. 2023, guys and dolls. Awesome. So sending the love to crew. I was busy saving family from sorrow. Oh, that's good. Says I'm relaxing like a queen today. I'm still in bed. Even better. That's why I love the ability to like tune in on our show. Remember, we're on Alexa as well. You can always say, Alexa, I want to listen to KMET 1490 AM, and Alexa will say, yay. And then there you go. All right, people, we're going to take a quick break. We got more right after this. Stay tuned.
Don't let insurance companies make decisions for you. Go to Pass Auto Center in Banning, your one-stop repair facility with full collision repair, auto maintenance, service, and an authorized smog center. You'll also find a full-service used car lot to fit every budget with the right vehicle for you. Trade-ins are accepted and they pay cash for your car. Pass Auto Center at 2609 West Ramsey in Banning, just off the I-10 freeway between Sunset and 22nd. Call 951-849-7878.
Join Yvette Walker every Tuesday at 4 o'clock p.m. on KMET ABC News Radio, 1490 AM, FM 98.1, and Internet KMET TV for the Southern California Business Report. The show is dedicated to highlighting successful businesses and the individuals behind them. Yvette interviews the incredible people managing these enterprises that range from awe-inspiring sole proprietors to world-renowned organizations. The Southern California Business Report, Tuesdays at 4 o'clock p.m.
Mattress Brothers Overstock Mattress Sale. Just $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. $3.99. Check out Mattress Brothers $3.99 Overstock Sale. Mattress Brothers at 120 West Redlands Boulevard in Redlands. The $3.99 Overstock Sale is on now. $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. Mattress Brothers also has locations in Hemet, Riverside, and Palm Desert. The $3.99 queen pillow top sale on now.
You're running out of letterhead. What do? Lithopass Printing. You need business cards. Now what? Lithopass Printing. Invitations to a wedding? Lithopass Printing in Banning is the answer. Lithopass Printing can provide banners, signs, and blueprints. Think of Lithopass Printing in Banning for quality graduation, birthday party, and baby shower invitations. Lithopass Printing also provides lamination, faxing, and photo prints. If you need it inked, make it Lithopass Printing. Lithopass Printing in Banning.
Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions is now Beaumont Pharmacy with a new location at the Sundance Corporate Center. That's at the corner of Highland Springs and 8th in Suite 110. Of course, they still have Pack-Your-Meds. No more counting out the pills, dropping them on the floor. Oh, what a mess. And they have a full selection of pharmaceutical CBD. Wheelchairs, over-the-counter meds, you name it, they've got it. So if you're looking for the best and you want the best pharmacy, you go to Beaumont Pharmacy at their new location, 835 North Highland Springs, Beaumont Avenue in Beaumont, California, Suite 110. Give them a call, 951-845-8252.
Ontario International Airport is on to a better way to fly with over 65 daily nonstop flights to more than 20 major destinations and the easiest airport experience in Southern California. Visit flyonto.com/Ontario to learn more about Ontario International Airport today.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you. I will say some people are kind of chiming in about the World's Affairs this year, and a lot of them are going, yeah, don't expect a good one. When it comes to financial, I just saw one, Jess. I was like, oh, wow, they're saying what we're saying. IMF, I think they're saying, look, the year is not looking good financially for everyone. They said, I think like a third of the world is going to be suffering. Then I see this, according to a CEO, says adaptation is key to success. She said, why those waiting for a return to normal in commercial real estate will get left behind. That's commercial real estate. Okay. In other words, all those places for lease are still not being filled up. So a lot of those places are closing, especially in the year 2023, because everybody's like, where's my money? There were funds from federal, which I say, if you could, take advantage of. I've, known of people that have actually done that. But again, do that, get taken care of, and then rebound after that. a lot of people are going to claim bankruptcy. So if anyone knows a good bankruptcy attorney, let me know, because we have room, to let people know about them, because I think that's going to be a thing in the year 2023. And don't be ashamed of it. I covered it in the book. There's going to be a lot of people claim bankruptcy, including businesses, but they can rebound if they restructure. It doesn't mean you go out of business, but it's usually the next step towards going out of business. It means you can't pay your debt. You need to have a good attorney. You need to have a good, and then, you get taken care of. It will stay on your record. But it's one of those things where at least it's better to do that than to suffer and not be able to pay, especially if you have kids, especially if you have a fam and you can't pay for food. It's better. Some people are like very on their credit, but I say then, get with someone that has good credit, and maybe if you and your partner, just you file it, not your partner. Make it make sense. Have one person have good credit. You know what I mean? You could do that, and then it'll be fine. But there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna claim bankruptcy in the next year and a half, probably even as many as I would say 3 or 4 years, to be honest, because it's a trickle effect, and you cannot rebound with the way it's going. So there's that. Then on the opposite end of the world, Jess, this is a thing, and this is really when you say New Year's, what did you do? I didn't get bombed, Jess. I didn't get bombed. Okay, I'm happy for that. If anybody goes, you know what I mean, Jess?
Yeah. The worst thing that I could think about would be getting shot by those people with the bullets that shoot up in the air and they come down because, we have a thing called gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's tons of people taking pictures and stuff like bullets coming down and be like, oh my God, it went through my roof and stuff like that. So, yeah, no, explain. A bomb? What?
Yeah, well, I say the opposite side of the world, but it's really on the other side of the ocean, to be honest. More than 10 months after Russian President Vladimir Putin launched an invasion from neighboring Ukraine, the two countries are engaged in a struggle for control of areas throughout eastern and southern Ukraine. Putin's forces pulled out of key positions, retreating from Kherson as Ukrainian troops led a counteroffensive targeting the city. Russian drones have continued bombarding civilian targets throughout Ukraine, knocking out critical power infrastructure as winter sets in. They're fighting during the winter. But this is the latest. Russia's defense ministry has said 63 people were killed by a Ukrainian missile strike in the Russian-controlled Donetsk region. They control it, but it's in Ukraine. According to the ministry, Ukraine launched 6 HIMARS missiles provided by the U.S. at a building in the town of Makivka, 4 of which hit the target. Families and friends of these servicemen will be fully assisted and supported, according to the ministry. Okay, so I get it. So Russia said 63 people were killed there, but then they did a strike as well. Everybody's doing a strike. Here's one dead, 7 injured after Russia launches missile strike against Kiev. Oh, I get it, because I remember seeing one post. This is where you got to go, okay, what's everyone doing? They're all bombing each other, all right, during the end of the year, right? It says here, at least one person has been killed and 7 people have been injured after Russia launched a barrage of missiles on Kiev on New Year's Eve. Mayor Vitaly Klitschko reported destruction across several districts with a luxury hotel, a bridge, and police stations among the locations impacted. It's currently unclear how many locations have been destroyed as a result of direct hits and how many were from falling debris from intercepted rockets. New Year's Eve is one of Ukraine's biggest holidays. You would have thought he could have stopped on that day, you know what I mean, rather than, hey, we're gonna bomb you, so you see firework, hey, that's our firework, it's coming down here. So there you go. Yeah, so in a way, I'm glad we're not there. Does that make sense? I always say people in Ukraine, or if you know a Ukrainian person, all right, I did meet someone from Ukraine, and she was very worried for her mother, and this was at the beginning of the year, honestly, and it was right when they started going at it, and I said, please move your mother to safe place, and I hope they do. But so there you go. So that's Ukraine for you, Jess.
Yeah, I wish that whole, not little thing, but that whole big thing I just hope it settles itself and quickly with not that many deaths. It's such a travesty.
It is, and I say, there's no way to defend against Russia. There just isn't. They're a world power. Ukraine is like a little guy in a big pond. The U.S. said, hey, we're going to take your side. So now the U.S. is in it 100%. There's no way they're not in it. That's what Russia had said. Hey, if you guys do, we're going to so that's why I would say be careful in the year 2023. Don't be, we're going into 2023 with a war. We're going into 2023 with a pandemic. We're going into 2023 with financials not adding up. We're going into 2023 with a lot of things where we go, how do we get ahead of this? I say be careful, be safe, and then save your money. Just save your money. And spend it where you need to, obviously, and then invest, in things that, help you with, I'll give you an example. I put money together for the book, and I did it, because I knew it would do something really good in the future. And that's going to happen in 2023 and 2024 and 2025, because I'll probably do a tour with it. But, like sometimes you go, should I? And I say, do if it has a return, even if it's not right away. When it first came out, it's not like, oh, okay, like you have to promote, right? So I would say if you have a book or you have like something that you want to get out there, promote, but you got to promote. If you don't promote, then, so either A, you got money to promote, or you just do it like homegrown, meaning, through word of mouth. So there'll be a thing where on more stuff, and you'll see. I have an interview scheduled, I think in February, about it. And this was a show I was on, I want to say in the middle of 2021, I think. Great show, by the way. I posted on my Instagram. It's there, and then they did the clip, but it'll be about the book and financials, where we're at, business, how you start a business. So yeah, actually he's an attorney as well. I didn't know at the time when I interviewed with him he was an attorney, and then like the person that invited me onto that show, because it was word of mouth, to be honest. My friend got on it, and he's like, hey, I said okay, and then it turned out he's on every billboard. I'm like, oh, that's you. No wonder you look familiar. So I know he has a law firm. I'm not sure what they specialize in. I'll probably ask, and then we'll see what we can do. But he has a great show about the San Gabriel Valley, and big shout out to them and their broadcasting team, because they're really good at what they do. They really put it together, and they do some really good stuff. It's called San Gabriel Valley Master Key Podcast. So shout out to them. I posted, it's on my Instagram, and they do it really good. I think they have a show ready to go, to be honest, and they have a lot of stuff right there. They don't even need to do it live. They just need to like broadcast it, and there you go. So great people over there. Anyway, so that's been the thing for me, at least in 2022, where I'm like, you know what? Let me take what I have right now, even though I'm alone, even though, I'm going to go ahead and do something that I think can like have a future. But like I say, I landed in this. I didn't plan to be, and I'm not a writer, as I say. So I always look for, if you're a writer or you're someone, I like to team up and then figure it out. But yeah, and there's a way to do it. You just speak it through. I'll give you an example. I had a couple people come to me and they said, I want to do a book. I've always had a book in my head, but they never do it. I go, if you don't do it, it's never going to get done. I have a friend, I've known her for around 8 years. She's an attorney. She says, I have a story. She has not done it. Why? She's busy as an attorney. You know what I mean? Get it out. All right, get it out. Speak it. Download the app, voice recorder, speak it, get it out, get it done. It's very simple to get it done once you do that. That's the simplest thing. Otherwise, you'll be talking, and then you're like, how long do you think you're going to live, Jess?
I hope to live to be 1,237.
That's a very specific year. Okay. Well, then you have time. You have time. You know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of people that don't do that. You know what I mean? Some people think they're going to be only like, 80 or 90. I had somebody say recently, oh, I'm going to live very long. I have good genes. I go, yeah, but what if there's an accident? What if you're incapacitated? What if you're in a coma? What if you're left without, like I have people without limbs, Shout out to our very own Paul Lane, who's going to be at CES this year. I think he's already there. And, Paul, as a quadriplegic, he cannot use his legs, but he wasn't always that way. He got in a bad accident all of a sudden. This is before, like, he got married, but his legs took with him. Big shout out to Ray Lane, who's his wife and, his everything, right? She takes care of him no matter what. But he has a process, man. He's a big guy, 6'7", right? I remember him saying that because in his wheelchair, you don't know. Did you know that, Jess? He's 6'7".
I did not know he was 6'7". Good Lord.
He's massive, but in the wheelchair, you don't know that. You know what? He's a nice guy. He's very nice. How do I put it? So he 100% is like, a perfect example. I remember one time we were at CES. This was in Vegas, And I'm trying to remember who I was with, and they said, or he said, I should say, please don't go right now, because it was late at night. And I'm like, no, I need to get back. He goes, no, don't. Like, he had a fear about night because that's how he lost his body, to be honest. So he talks about it, and in a way, but not in a way. You go, at least he spreads information out there for the community who are in wheelchair, right? So he's a voice for them, right? He's been like asked on numerous occasions to speak for the community that are, like special needs with their limbs, right? Like, can they use a device? Can they, so he's kind of like a consultant for that. Like, hey, this works, that works, this works, right? For the community who are in a wheelchair. So I say this, if you're not in a wheelchair, or even if you are, and you have a story, get it out there, man. Whether it gets done or not, there's a lot of ways to just get it done. And with the community of like where we're at, just get it done. Don't wait till that day where you go, oh God, what do I do now? He's busy. Paul is one of those like where I say that guy does not stay in one place. And there's people I know like that they do something with it. They're not happy with the situation. They have to make ends meet with that, but they don't want to be that. You know what I mean? And if they could be healed 100%, of course, that's what they would want. So, if there's a therapy or there's something, I know there's always like a thing. I went to the Ability Expo with the both of them, and I was like, whoa, there's so much out there. If you ever get a chance, Ability Expo, whenever it comes to LA, go. You'll see you'll see things that you always knew were there, and then you'll see like things that like exoskeleton. Like exoskeleton, if you think of like Alien or other movies with like Mech Warrior, you think, is that a thing? And it is. They have exoskeleton. There's a movie I saw recently on Netflix. It was I think Korean and maybe South Korean. And they dubbed it, but it was really good. And in the movie, they had soldiers with like these things which were like an exoskeleton, and they help you with pushing things, pulling things, all that, right? I think even Avatar kind of covers that. But the point is that can help somebody who cannot walk again. It just has to be strong enough, and that's what I always say. The guy is 6'7". You have to make it strong enough for a 6'7" guy. But I'm sure the technology is there to like he can walk again. Up to a point. Then of course you don't want him to fall and or like not pick himself up because he's a big guy. 6'7". You know what I mean? And so yeah. So I guess my point is this. Go check out his show every week here on. You want to say when that is, Jess?
Every Monday at 10 a.m. he does the Entertainment Zone, and every Wednesday at 3 o'clock. No, every Wednesday at 3 o'clock is Tech Zone, where he talks about future tech and stuff like that. And some of the stuff he shows is like, what? Like one of the guys he interviewed was a gamer who was disabled, and he plays like Call of Duty and all that stuff with his mouth. Have you ever seen those players play?
I have not.
All I have to say is I have no reason to complain that I can't do something, because these people, they don't know that. They just keep going. They will try and overcome everything they can.
Yeah, and that's my point. Like, he's in the community of, like, honestly, they love him, right? Ever since he did the Ability Expo, they said, hey, wait a minute. And he provides opportunity where, honestly, for a lot of people, there aren't, they don't know what's there. And then other people find out, but he can kind of, he always said, I'm the black guy in the wheelchair. I go, don't do that. Don't say you're the black guy in the wheelchair. Like, just be the guy that you know what I mean? Because in a way that comes with something. And I say, but like, I'm glad he brings awareness that he is in a wheelchair. Does that make sense? Like, if you heard his show, you wouldn't know that. You don't see him in the wheelchair unless you follow him. So go follow him, Paul Amadeus Lane. Follow him on Facebook, follow him there. But yeah, we used to do the show at CS every single year, and then things just, you go kind of, but he still does it, and he has a great show. So follow that, and he has some great stuff. So, all right, people, we're going to take a quick break. We've got more right after this. Stay tuned.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing, envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
When you want the best performance for your vehicle, think only of Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, right off the I-10 and 60 freeways. Check out Scott's complete list of performance products on their website at hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers can recommend ways for your car or truck to get better gas mileage and cut down on emissions. Need your car or truck to pass smog only? Go to Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. Find out all of your questions on vehicle performance by logging on to hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, hdrinfo.com.
New teen driver in the family? Just bought your first home? Have a new bundle of joy? Every life change matters, and by reviewing your insurance policy with Little & Sons Insurance Services, you could be benefiting with big savings. Little & Sons Insurance Services, a family-owned insurance agency who values the old-fashioned way of doing business. They work for you, not an insurance company, meaning your best interests are at heart. They can custom tailor your policy based on specific needs at a price you can afford. Home, auto, or business, you're covered. Call 1-844-9-LITTLE. That's 1-844-9-LITTLE, or go online to little, the letter N, sons.com. That's littlensons.com.
Here's to your health with Joshua Lane. Ideas you can use to be healthy and stay healthy. The current thinking about beauty, fitness, and longevity. Every Tuesday and Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Wellness talk you can use. Here's to your health with Joshua Lane on KMET, naturally.
Hello, listeners. This is Christopher from The Christopher Show. Hey, if you missed one of our shows here at KMET, don't worry about it. You can go to our webpage, and that's KMET1490am.com. Go to the homepage, click on the SoundCloud tab, and hear any show anytime you want.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Keep the comments coming. We appreciate you. We're seeing your comments on social media, and we appreciate you guys sharing. Thank you. And also, Jess, I know you're going to want to know about this. I'm pretty sure. You know what? He'll rebound. I almost guarantee. But Hawk is in the news. Jess said it's not good.
Hawk is in the news. Okay, which Hawk? Oh my God! Please don't be a... Oh, continue. You're freaking me out.
Jeremy Renner was injured while plowing snow on Sunday, leaving him in critical but stable condition. That's the latest, according to his publicist. According to them, Samantha Mass said this to ABC. As of now, we can confirm Jeremy is in critical but stable condition with injuries suffered after experiencing a weather-related accident while plowing snow earlier today. His family is with him, and he's receiving excellent care. He was airlifted to a local hospital from the site of the incident in Reno, Nevada, according to the Washoe County Sheriff's Office. The Sheriff's Office said in a statement at approximately 9 a.m. on January 1st, 2023, yikes, that was yesterday, the Washoe County Sheriff's Office responded to a traumatic injury in the area of Mount Rose Highway in Reno, Nevada. Officials said they were investigating what had happened. Mr. Renner was the only one involved in the incident. The Reno has received heavy snowfall over the weekend, with even Reno Tahoe International Airport setting a daily record on December 31st with 9 inches. Renner, 51, has played, well, I didn't know he was that age. He looks good for that age. Has played a starring role as Hawkeye in Marvel's The Avengers movies and the series Hawkeye on Disney+. He earned an Academy Award nominations for The Town and The Hurt Locker. So, yeah, I know you're a fan of him, right, Jess?
Yes, I am. Wow, I'm glad he's in stable condition. Snow plowing? I have so many questions. I'm just glad he's in a safe, stable condition and not away from us.
Yeah, I think a snowplow, according to some video I'm seeing right now. Again, we're just getting this in. I don't really know. I'm gonna wait on this. I have no idea. All right, people, we got more right after this. Follow us, KBT app. It's where it's at. KBT on social media. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same channel. Bye, everyone.